You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our source today, political analyst and Professor Jean Franco. Professor, good to see you again. Welcome back to the program. I'm going to ask you already 3 resignations in the first 100 days of President Bongbong Marcos. 2 of them already cited medical reasons. What's this telling us?
Well, people are saying that these resignations are a result of factions in Malacanang. What I would like to say is that factions inside Malacanang are not unique, no? Meaning to say this has happened before in previous administrations. If you recall, during the Pinoy administration, there was this Balay group, there was this Samar group. During the Duterte administration, there are people close to Sara and then those who are close to Bongo. So this is not something new, no? But the thing is, factions should not result in paralysis, in decision making, and in unclear messages.
Is it actually even better that it happened early on? Or could it have possibly extended, taken more time, and happened at a later period?
For me, I guess it's also good that it happened within the first 100 days. Maybe some of those who resigned just wanted to be there for the first 100 days to sort of help settle. But hello?
Yes, Professor, go ahead. I missed some portions of what you said, though.
Yeah. It's great that this happened during the first 100 days for
Opo.
me because at the very least, the administration can, finally settle, no, once what do you call this, the appointments that are going to be made have been finally approved by the Commission on Commission on Appointments.
Right.
And then some people who resigned might just really want to be there for just to help the administration settle.
Yeah. Professor, I'm losing some of what you're saying. I don't know if you are using a mic or it's possibly your internet or our internet. I'm not sure. Is it just...
I'm not using...
You're not using a mic. Okay. But anyway, I'm catching, portions of what you're saying anyway. So another thing I wanted to ask you. So we have rather, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, although of course possibly baka water under the bridge na to, clarifying that Attorney Vic is not part of the cabinet. Once and for all, you have an executive secretary who says that the ex-executive secretary, who apparently was supposed to be appointed as chief of staff, now saying that he's not part of the cabinet. Are you confused? Is this confusing, or has the ES Executive Secretary Bersamin made everything clear now?
Yeah. At first, I was a bit confused because earlier there was a talk about the possibility of Rodriguez becoming the chief of staff. So apparently, with that statement from Attorney Bersamin, that it means that that's no longer going to happen.
Malinaw na yon.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe he's going to be back at some point in time in another, government position. These things happen. Diba?
Yeah. And if you look at some of the comments on social media, meron din nagsasabi na ano nangyari kay Attorney Vic Rodriguez, somebody who's been with the president since his election protest to his campaign to the time he was sworn in till the time he became president, and then in less than 100 days ay nag-resign as executive secretary. Alam naman natin, when you say executive secretary, that's tinatawag ngang the little president, di ho ba?
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Usually, they're the what do you call this? The executive secretaries are the people supposed to be closest to the president, no? But then, this happened, and the thing that the administration should do is that they should not be, they should not get in the way of the daily activities of governing, no, and that's why they immediately got Bersamin to take over.
Professor, also just wanted to get your thoughts on this controversial trip of the president in Singapore. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin made a statement. He was talking to members of the media yesterday, and I'll just quote what he said. He basically said, "I'm sure if that was the trip of the president, you don't need to be particular about where the funds were sourced. He was still performing his job as president when he was abroad, although that was not an official state visit." He went on to say that he met there with many people who were very relevant to our business activities or the running of our government here. Whether it was a fully paid trip or not is irrelevant. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, for me, the statement was a bit mataray for me because
Mataray?
I guess yeah, but because I think that's also the trouble when it's not the press secretary who's saying these things, because you have to know how the media will react, how the public will react with such a statement. The thing is, the people are asking about details about this trip, and that I think people will be sort of appeased at the very least if things are information is brought out in more detail and not really statements such as this, no?
All right, political analyst and Professor Jean Franco, thank you so much for your time. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Pinky.
And thank you
Good
for joining
morning.
us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.